Welcome to our virtual yoga party. Thank you for joining me week after week. Today, we have finally reached what I would call the beginning of a really nice spring out there. We've had 60 plus temperatures, bright skies, and here in the Puget Sound, come Saturday, it's going to be raining again. But the weather is what it is, and keeping a consistency within us, accepting some of the variables of life and flowing with them, allows us to have a more, the only words I can come up with, a more gentle flow through things. Rather than getting hung up on the small things, we acknowledge them and let them go, just as if they were clouds moving across that beautiful blue sky. So let's come into a comfortable seated position and begin to let go of the rushing around. Let go of your plans for later. And let yourself be with yourself for this time. Let your eyes close, or at least become very soft, and draw the awareness inside. Find the flow of the breath. Inhale and pause. Exhale, pause. Each breath a little fuller, deeper, and more complete. Working on allowing your focus to stay with the breath. Trying to do all of the breathing both in and out through the nostrils. Following that inhale, pause, exhale, pause. When thoughts arise, let them be like clouds moving across the blue sky of your mind, letting them go without being attached to them. Then very slowly and gently, let your eyes open. Adjust if you need. Bring the arms down by the sides. And nice, long, slow, really slow rolls of the shoulders. And after you've gone in one direction several times, roll the arms the other way. Rolling the shoulders. Then bring everything back to center. And as you inhale, gently roll the arms back, letting your thumbs point back. And then let your arms come forward a little and roll them forward. Let your shoulders roll forward. Rolling the shoulders back and rolling forward. Last time like that. And bring everything back. And flex and extend your hands, open and close them. And roll just the wrists if you can. Try to keep the rest of your arms still, circling your hands and circling back the other way. And now move the elbows. Try just to roll the lower arm from the elbows back the other way. And roll the shoulders in a different way than we did before. Roll back the other way. Good. Release. Sit comfortably erect as you can. And now imagine that you have like a softball under your chin. And as you exhale, bring your chin forward and down over the ball. As you inhale, bring the head back up and level. Down over the ball. Back up and level. 2 more times. And last one. Bring your head level. And imagine as if your chin was resting on the edge of a table. And let your head gently turn. Back to center. Keep your head as level as you can. Other side, back to center. And bring everything back. Now we're going to combine a couple of movements, the forward movement of your chin down and also the gentle turning of the head. So gently turn the head, and when your chin is about in line with your armpit, let your chin come down 45 degrees. When you're ready on an inhale, bring the head level and let the head come back to center. And to the other side. Down. Back up to center. Good. Finish up whatever cycle you're on. And we're going to do that again, but I'd like you to notice there are things called release valves. Sometimes when parts of our body are very tight, we'll do small movements we don't intend to because it reduces the amount of effort. And all that's subconscious. You're not consciously trying to cheat on it. But one of the things that might happen if these long muscles that run from behind your ear down to your shoulder are really tight, when you turn your head and drop your chin, the opposite shoulder will come up. And so what I'd like you to do is make sure that your shoulders are slightly rolled down and back, and turn the head and let your chin come down, but even if it only comes down just a fraction of what it did before, don't let that opposite shoulder come up. Now we're going to do that 2 times to each side, alternating. So turn the head, keep your shoulder relaxed down and back, then coming back up into center. Turning the head, shoulder stays down, back up into center. Once more to each side. And bring everything back to center. Good. Let everything shake out a little bit. Interlock the hands and just gently turn and try to stretch the wrist, but don't push into pain. Just let the hands, the palms press out. And then let the hands turn back. You can even draw your shoulders back. Bring the hands onto the center of the chest. Then gently stretching out. And then back to the center of the chest. 2 more times. And release. Roll the shoulders. Back the other way. And release. Good. Now imagine that you have a string attached to the top of your head and one attached to your tailbone, so that as you inhale, feel those 2 strings stretching your spine from inside. You're not lifting your shoulders, but you're lengthening. And as you exhale, relax the effort, but try not to let yourself slouch. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently relax. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently relax. And now, as you exhale, move from below your navel. Let your head just follow along and gently twist to one side. As you inhale, come back to the center. The exhale, moving from the navel, twist to the other side. Inhale, back to the center. 2 more times, alternating sides. Last one. And then bring everything back to center. Extend your feet. Move from below the navel. As you exhale, gently come down. As you inhale, coming back up. Exhale, gently down. Inhale, coming back up. 2 more times. And last time, gently come down and inhale back up. Good. Now, step 1 foot forward, beyond the heel, and very gently draw the toes towards the nose. So you're beginning to feel some stretch in the back of the leg, especially the calf. And then point your toes as much as you can. Now you may feel some stretch along the shin bone. And draw back. And then point. Draw back. And point. Good. And now very gently, moving from the hip, let your leg roll out any amount. Maybe it only moves an inch or 2, but don't go into pain, especially in your knee or hip. Gently with the breath, exhale, let the leg roll out. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, let the leg roll out. Inhale back to center. One more time like that. And now, this time can cause a lot more stress on the inner knee and also in the hip. But as you exhale, let the leg roll in any amount. Try not to lift your hip, so maybe it only moves an inch or so. But from the hip, roll in, back to center. Exhale, roll in, back to center. 2 more times. Last one. And then release. Shake the leg a bit. And when you're ready, extend the other leg. Point the toes and draw the toes to the nose. Feel that alternating stretching along the shin, then stretching the back of the leg. 2 more times. Point the toes, draw the toes back. After you've finished 4 times, come back to center. And 4 times at your own pace, gently let the leg roll open any amount, then roll back to center. Roll back to center. After the 4th time, bring everything back to center. And then gently roll in and back to center. Roll in and back to center. 4 times, make sure not to push too hard. And then everything back to center. Draw the legs back. Shake both legs. Nice full deep breaths. And now that the legs are warmed up, go ahead and bring the first leg you worked with out. Draw the toes to the nose. Keep the knee relatively straight, but unlocked. Try not to, especially if you can hyperextend, try not to force the knee back too much. But draw the toes to the nose. Possibly you're already feeling some stretch in the leg. Hinge at the hips, and as you exhale, come down just till you're feeling a good stretch. And then gently inhaling, come back up. 3 more times. Just come to the point where you're feeling a good stretch. And then come back up. Fourth time, be the last. And then release. Change to the other side. Draw the toes to the nose. Feel that stretch already starting. Knee relatively straight. And 4 times come down to where you're feeling a good stretch. And inhale, come back up. Perhaps you notice that one side is tighter than the other. That happens to all of us. Our bodies are not symmetrical. And I have the old creaky ship type chair. I don't know if you can hear it creaking every time. Trust me, that isn't my joints. And release. Shake the legs out. Bring everything back to center. And take a few moments to draw everything in. And then let's come up to standing. Have the feet comfortably under the hips. As you inhale, let your arms float up any amount. As you exhale, draw the elbows back and the arms come down. Inhale, come up, but not farther than what my teacher would call goal post. Exhale, come down. 2 more times. And I'll be honest with you, I lost count, but I think that's 4. Bring the arms up, push out through the palms and down. Bring your arms up, keep your shoulders down, elbows bent. Move from the navel. As you exhale, gently twist to one side. As you inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, back to the center. And this last time, gently twist. And just stay there wherever you can without it being stressful for a few nice, full, deep breaths. Then back to center. And to the other side and stay. A few nice, full, deep breaths. And back to center. Unlock the knees. As you exhale, slide and come down any amount. As you inhale, come back up, slide the hands up the legs, and lift tall. Exhale, bring the hands onto the legs first, then slide and come down. Inhale, lengthen the spine even as you're coming up, sliding the hands. 2 more times at your own pace. And last one. Interlock the hands, turn the palms to the ceiling if you can, stretch nice and tall, and release. Roll your shoulders both ways. And let's come back to sitting. Now, I'll try to remember to mention this at the end of every class if we're not using the strap. But for these sessions, if you can, always try to find something that has a little stretch to it, but isn't like one of those stretchy exercise bands. About long enough that it's the distance of your extended arms or a little less, or a little more. And just always have it. We may not use it, but if we always have it, then we always have it. And there are a number of things we can do with it, like change the focus on some of these things. We can use it to help us stretch the legs. There's several different ways we can use it. So try to remember to have the strap with you. If you have balance issues when we're doing a lot of standing work, make sure that you have a chair near you so that you can put a hand on like the back of the chair. Putting your chair in a doorway also is something you can do. or standing in the doorway. So let's come to a comfortable position for Shavasana, the relaxer, which you can do sitting, but you can also do it lying down. So draw the awareness inside, back to that smooth blue sky we envisioned at the beginning. Find the flow of the breath through the nose, both in and out if you can. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Each breath fuller and deeper. Visualize that blue sky. If thoughts come in and start to distract you, just acknowledge the thought. Like if you think about something, you can name it. You can think as it comes in, that's my shopping list moving across. Let it go. Maybe you feel a sensation. Maybe your nose itches. Just label it. That's my nose itching. And let it go. Let it move across. And let the breath remain even and smooth without force. And then very gently and slowly let your awareness move back into the space. As you're ready, let your eyes open. Flex and extend the fingers and toes, shake the arms and legs, bounce up and down if you like. And then let's go forward into the rest of the day, holding into that peaceful feeling. So stay well and enjoy the spring.